ask that your Holy Spirit would come down and inspire our hearts today. Come fill our lives with your love and fill our minds with your wisdom in our decisions today. Fill our conversations with your grace and fill this meeting with your presence. We ask this for your glory and praise. Amen.
Amen. Deacon Dan, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Larry. So we're, Chief, why don't you come up and we're going to do your new officers first. This one, yeah.
Thanks.
Jill, when we're all done, can you, whoever's doing the outside, I'll have them come in and say something. I didn't talk to them.
Nice hat. I like the hat.
Scrambled eggs.
I like the hat.
We're on scrambled eggs.
So Chief, why don't you introduce us? I cannot imagine how excited you guys were when you got the call. No. You gotta come out this way. Come back here.
They were a little nervous.
So Chief, why don't you give us an introduction?
This is Officer Smith on your right, Officer Spronston, and Officer Penzick.
And you guys all came from the part-time police force. What year did you graduate? Did you all graduate together, the part-time academy?
No.
Negative, we were 2015.
Us, yeah, we were both.
2011.
Yay.
So
I just want to let everybody know, these three officers paid their own way through the police academy. And now we are paying them back. We're hiring them as a full-time police officer, because we do need 3 new ones. So
So, Chief, you want to swear them in?
Sure. Okay, guys, you know the drill. Raise your right hand. I'm going to ask you one question. Do you solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of New York, and to faithfully discharge the duties of, I'm going to insert this word, full-time police officer to the best of your abilities, so help you God?
I do.
I do.
Congratulations.
That's it. Thank you.
Would any of the family members like to take pictures with them? Guys, stay here. Let your family come up and take some pictures.
let your family members take pictures.
Okay.
Go ahead, open it. Let your family members come
Spend a little
up.
time.
Take some pictures. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Over here.
Go ahead.
Oh, you want to go next time? I'll go on the other side. There you go.
Come on up, everybody.
Next. Rob.
Yeah, she is.
Grandma's coming.
Grandma's
There
coming.
you go. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Dad. Wife. Grandma.
Grandpa.
Oh, look who they dragged out.
We gotta do it again. You got one then. It's okay. Gary, look this way. Yeah, Chief,
All right, what other
one
pictures
more.
do you guys need? One more. Okay, go ahead.
You and
Come on up.
Go ahead.
One more, Grandpa? Rob? Yeah, one more picture.
Rosa, you want me to take it so you can get in there?
Yes, please. Just look for that.
Actually, I think Officer Spronston's father came in to complain about fishing license. That's how this worked out?
That's right. Anyway, look at that, 3 generations.
Look at that.
How cool is that?
Thank you.
Let's get started. Where's your
Congratulations,
Let's
everyone.
stay in. Diet, let's go. We have the same box.
Oh, yeah, we did. So much. I don't know where to go anymore.
Margot, get over here.
Charles pretty good. Back in and around.
You want the chief in?
Oh, one last, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Come on, Chief.
What are you doing?
Margot,
You wanna
get
get
in.
in? Come on. Come on, Lex.
Thank you.
All right, congratulations, everyone.
Yeah, I know, well, we can get pictures outside.
I just want to say, you know, I have a special place in my heart for the part-time police officers, and I think you guys see that in some of the stuff we're doing, because as Councilman Dunleavy said, it takes a lot to put yourself through the academy. Some of you working full-time. It's a big commitment to the town, and so we've been trying, as Councilman Dunleavy has said, to try to honor you. We now have like 12 or 13 part-time police officers, so we're going through the mix of all the officers, but it is really probably in this competitive world, when being a police officer is like hitting life's lottery, when you get that lottery number, that Officer Sprotston had the very low lottery number. We want to try to make it up, especially like Officer Penzick, when you've been serving us for so long, that we can do something for you. So congratulations and stay. All right.
So, the police academy, we don't have to lose them for 6 months. They can start work next week.
Come in for that. It was pushing permit, wasn't it? Yeah. When I said, you want to be a part-time officer?
Thank you for coming. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You go say hello now. I can say
All right, guys.
How are you? Congratulations. Congratulations.
Can't hear a word.
Do the artist sign?
Yes. But do we have Officer Murphy?
Bob's grandma.
Are we doing Cap and Murphy at the same time? All right.
He's here, he's here.
Officer Sprotston, can you ask Officer Murphy to come in if he's in the hall?
Yeah, he's in the hall, I just saw him.
Yeah.
You're gonna do Felicia too, right? You want Felicia up here too, right?
You want to do them at the same time?
Officer Murphy.
Here he comes.
Okay. So why don't Chief, you want to do the cap?
Felicia's here.
Or do you want to do
We doing you cap
What do you
first?
want to do?
We doing cap first?
I didn't know just.
All right, you're the cap representative?
Yeah.
All right, you'll do the cap. And do we have Mothers Against Drunk Driving here? We don't have anybody from Mothers Against Drunk Driving. So, Officer Murphy, some of the police officers are still sort of there. So, guys, this is what we strive to be right here. When the top DWI police officer from all of Suffolk County comes from the little town of Riverhead, you know that we have something special. So I don't know how many of these that have been here that I've been in office, but I've been here 8 years, and I'm going to say at least 6 or 7 of those 8 years you've been the
15 for me.
15. So the top DWI cop. I don't know what else we can say that hasn't been said. I mean, it is amazing to think that you are able to do that. And John, I think you have Officer Murphy's.
No, I have cap.
You have cap.
Well, how many
He's
years
here.
is it now that you've been honored for this? A lot, right?
Mrs. Timms?
How many is this?
Yeah, this is the.
At least 15, I know that.
15 years.
At least.
There we go.
There he is, right here.
All right, so this is, I'm not going to read this, but Police Officer Timothy Murphy has been a police officer for the Riverhead Police Department since 1999 and has proven to be an exemplary police officer, particularly having received the Mothers Against Drunk Driving MAD New York Metro Law Enforcement Recognition of Excellence, showing outstanding dedication to DWI enforcement, making 72 arrests in 2016. Amazing. And I want to thank you on behalf of the town board and the residents of Riverhead for making us safe and making the the Suffolk County safe, because a lot of those residences, I think you know, come here to visit and leave and aren't just staying on our roads. So you are not only making our residents safe, you're making the residents of Eastern Suffolk County safe. So I want to award you this proclamation. Thank you. John, you have one for Cap.
CAP. I just want to say Felicia's here from CAP. It was started in 1979, CAP. And what they did is they go with the police department and help them stop young people from drinking, or try to stop them. And they've done a very good job. That's why a lot of times that we don't have the bad accidents they have up west with the young people, because CAP goes into the school, Pulaski Street School, and starts their program in Pulaski Street School. And they do a great job. So this is a proclamation from the supervisor and the town board honoring Riverhead Community Awareness Program and the Riverhead Community Coalition for Safe and Drug-Free Youth for doing the job that they do in the town of Riverhead. So thank you very much.
I don't know whether you know anybody from MAD, but this was one for MAD too. Do you have any connection with?
I can get it to them.
That's
Actually,
what?
the chief is on their
They-
committee.
Yes. There you go. So Felicia, thank you very much. Would either one of you like to say anything? All right, well, thank you very much, everybody, and
Yes.
congratulations again. Keep up the good work, and be safe out there. Felicia, thank you. All right. I see, thanks, Chief. We don't have a resolution for the Polish
No, I
Cabinet.
told them.
Okay,
They
you
were-
guys don't
they
have
still
to.
wanna talk afterwards.
Oh, you want to talk?
I do.
Okay. We are going to move it all the way. You're going to have to wait till the end of the board meeting, unfortunately, but the resolution's been drafted, I've seen it. I'm asking the town board to, when we do the Polish Town Fair, to move the road closure, Pulaski Street, all the way to Marcy. So we're all on board with it. So you don't have to stay for that, but the comments are at the end of the resolutions. Okay,
Artist?
we do, and Bill got my computer to work, besides me grumbling. So where is our artist? Charlene? I can't, how do you pronounce it? What is it?
Lavinia.
Lavinia. I can't read my Jill's handwriting. So Charlene, why don't you come on up? Charlene has some wonderful displays. Come on up. You can some wonderful artist displays or pieces of artwork in the town board, outside the town boardroom. Would you like to just tell us a little bit about yourself and what
Okay.
you have on display?
Thank you. Congratulations to all of the officers. That's wonderful. My name is Charlene Lavinia, and I am a member of the East End Arts Council. And this June, July, and August, I will have my artwork on display in the hallway. And I'd like to thank the town for supporting the Arts Council, and hope you enjoy the artwork.
Oh, it's
There's
beautiful.
also some refreshments out there.
Charlene, thank you very much.
Thank you.
you for coming out. All right.
Yeah.
I think we get started now. I see somebody's partaking.
I gave it to Bill.
Checking it out?
He's got the Midas touch.
Midas touch.
Okay.
Your computer had to restart, so I'll give you mine until it's done, and then I'll give you yours. Yeah, it had to restart.
Why?
I don't know, but there's mine.
So Bill, what was the problem with this? It just wasn't downloading?
There was one or two that were chasing its tail, so I opened up a new one and it was fine.
Well, that's what happened. That's the third time. It would just kept spinning. Okay. Well, it is better than paper. John,
Can I make a motion
you can make a
that
motion.
we approve the town board minutes of June 6th, 2017? So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Vote, please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yeah.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
The minutes are approved. I'll go right to reports.
Absolutely.
Under reports, the tax receiver total tax collection to date as of June 14th is $148,724,486.49. The tax receiver May utility collection report is $307,891.08. Under applications, Alish Incorporated at 640 Main Road, Acapulco. They have a request for a change from commercial to residential use, and that is tax map number 600-67-1-26.
Jeff, is that the one that was before the ZBA? That Alish 640 Main Road, asking for a change from commercial to resident? No, that's not.
that was another
Okay,
one.
got it. Never mind. Thanks, Jeff.
And under correspondence, there was a petition containing 85 names to stop housing at EPCAL. There was also a letter from Nassau and Suffolk Taxi Owners Association. This letter was outlining the negative impacts of TNCs, that's Transportation Network Companies. And we have no public hearings. And that is it.
All right, any town board committee reports?
Well, I'm happy to say that the State Historic Preservation Office has accepted our nomination for the Historic District Downtown for second and third. And I think it's a great opportunity for a lot of those houses to get fixed up for the residences. And I know that there's a few business owners downtown that are looking forward to taking advantage of the state and the federal tax credits that will be available for them for the money that they put into these new buildings. So historic districts are great. They increase property values and definitely bring back the character of downtown Riverhead. So I want to thank the Landmarks Preservation Commission, especially Richard Wine, for all their hard work.
Great, thank you. Any other reports?
I got one more meeting before it, but on July 7th, we start, I believe it's the 20th year of the Friday Night Concert Series, which is always, it's a free event for everybody in the township and elsewhere. Come down to Grangeville Park for free concerts. We put them in the park, in Grangeville Park this year. They start at 7 and run till about dark, about 8:30. It's a beautiful time. We've got lots of great bands lined up. We've got 7 events, 7 weeks in a row. So you'll see flyers hanging up all over the place. So I encourage you to come down, have a good time. Meet with your neighbors, bring them down, come down, have a little something to eat, and then come down to the park and watch the music, and then go for the ice cream or something.
Bring your own chair.
Bring your own chair, or sit on the ground, or I'll hold you up with it. So, it'll be a good time.
All right, good. Anybody else? No? All right, we'll take comments on resolutions. Diane, you'll probably have to call the CBA.
Sure.
Sal Mastropolo, Calverton.
How you doing, Sal?
Resolution 472.
472. Okay, so, what do I have to do?
Roll up.
He's thinking I can remember that.
170472.
My question is, why can't we do the annual inspections in-house with the fire marshal?
Hold on, I'm still,
174472.
7
472.
Ah, sorry, John's talking. 17472.
472.
Okay, there you are. What was the question, sir?
My question is, why can't we do the annual inspections utilizing the fire marshal and save the $3,600 a year?
No, I think this is electronic monitoring.
No, the monitoring is different. The monitoring is $420 a year to monitor it. They're charging $3,600 a year just to inspect the equipment. Isn't that what the fire marshal does in private businesses? He inspects the equipment?
You make a good point.
But it talks about installation in the resolution.
Installation was $6,000 for the 5 carbon monoxide detectors. I didn't have an issue with that. My issue's with the annual inspections.
We'll have to look into it, but I imagine that it's a recommendation to get an outside agency to do those inspections, especially if it's your town fire marshal and you don't have the money to.
Oh, I think it's a good question. I think we should table
It is a good question, though.
I think we should table it. I
Okay.
think we'll table it and find out. Apparently, we're supposed to do it in January, so we
Yeah.
haven't done it since January. What's
Right.
that,
2 weeks is the 24-hour day monitoring, isn't it?
No, the monitoring is different. There's 3 proposals.
Yeah, he's right. Yeah, no, I think we should table it and have I guess the fire marshal's gotta come in and have a conversation with us, Jeff, on this. Go out and bring the fire marshal in. Good idea, good comment.
All right, 479. On the public notice, items 8 and 9, it's factory buildings and warehouses finished types and factory buildings and warehouses unfinished types. But the rates are the same. Is that purposely the same, or is that a mistake? I would think that the unfinished types would have a cheaper rate per square foot. So I don't know if that's a mistake or that's by design, that you want both of them to be the same rates.
Well, that's the current way they're structured. That's what the current code says. The resolution, this resolution was only adding subsection 11, which was for the sanitary upgrades that the county program was asking us to implement. So I guess it was intentional to keep it that way, because that's the way it was currently.
Okay, I just wasn't sure if it was a mistake.
That's right,
That's it.
all right, good. Does anybody else wish to be heard? Rex Farm.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I have a question on resolution number 11, authorizing, okay. I listened to both Jim
Hold on, I
and,
want to get back to it.
17011.
Okay, what's the question?
I have a couple of questions. First of all, I'd like to state that I've heard both Jim and John on RIV Friday and Monday, and certainly applaud their enthusiasm regarding the Illuminati deal and EPCAL. I mean, I could feel Jim, certainly you on Monday, and I only hope that you guys are doing due diligence, but I have some questions regarding this particular resolution. First of all, what's the purpose of having Illuminati come in and survey?
So that the subdivision, our subdivision, is different from their subdivision in that we're doing 50 discrete lots, individual lots. And when we were laying out the subdivision, we were not doing an aviation-centric subdivision. In fact, we were closing one of the runways, shortening another runway. We put all the blocks up along 25 because we figured that would be the most advantageous place to have them, with a service road, if you will, behind 25. And we did that based on getting the RKG study that said, listen, you're probably not going to get an aviation manufacturing or aviation anything in here. Just look what's going on in the world of aviation. Illuminati wants to do an aviation-centered subdivision. They want both runways. They don't want to shorten the runway. In the end, we didn't shorten the long runway, but we were going to. But they want both runways. They don't want it shortened. They don't want construction at the apex of the runway. So they said, we'll finish the subdivision. We just want 2 lots. So if you think about the sort of the lungs of the airport, they're around both of the runways. They're just going to take the 2 large lots, and then they're going to come back and re-subdivide the property. That makes sense, but it's going to cost money, and everyone is talking about the town not realizing anything. It's going to cost money to do that. They're paying for that.
So what did we spend $500,000 on, just out of curiosity?
Our subdivision is still ready to go, but their
And why?
Listen, what I'm saying to you.
I'm trying, Sean.
The subdivision we're doing is completely different in that we had 50 discrete lots all concentrated on the north side of the property. We weren't going to do survey work for all the rest of the boundaries of the property that, the southern end of the property. So this is for the survey work and the extra work that would have, the bulk of it's the survey work, but the survey work and the extra work that VHB will have to do to sort of retool to go from a 50-lot subdivision to a 7-lot subdivision.
And just exactly what are they gonna resurvey?
They're going to
The whole
survey.
2,300 acres?
No. They're gonna survey, basically, and so it's complicated because a lot of it is being surveyed through the bike trail on the southern end, but they're gonna close the loop around the parcels that Illuminati potentially could buy. So we surveyed the north end, the bike trail surveying the south end, but you gotta close the loop around the two, what I'm calling big lots. So it's basically a survey for their benefit. It's not really for the town's benefit, and they've agreed to pay the money, because why, you know.
Is
why-
this gonna alter at the zoning at all
No,
out
no,
there?
no.
Okay, is the housing part of,
Housing has nothing to do with this.
well, is it still part of the deal, Sean?
The housing has nothing to do with this resolution.
That I understand, but.
Rex, comment on the resolution, please.
Okay. Who's taking the lead in this survey once you, in the zoning?
LK
Who's to
McLean-
say?
Louis P. McLean,
LK
LK McLean Associates is doing the survey.
They did the original survey for the boundary for the EPCAL subdivision map.
Right.
So that map is still intact, but Illuminati has a different vision. They don't want any of the lots along 25. They would rather see them next to the runways, where they can bring in other manufacturers to support their business operation. So the other map is still on the table at the DEC. The DEC's agreed to the grasslands, agreed to everything. If, you know, if something should happen, then that's the map that the town would fall back to. So he's paying for this work because it differs from the map that we already paid for.
But who's taking the lead in this now?
What do you mean?
I mean, is it the town dictating
The
policy,
town.
or is Illuminati?
No, it's that we're trying to, you've bought property before, right?
What do you think? I'm standing
Okay.
up here.
So when you go to your attorney, your attorney will tell you, you should get a new survey of the property. Think about what Dan Preston is doing. He's buying property from the town of Riverhead. When you buy property, doesn't matter where you buy property, the seller will usually say, hey, that's fine, you want a new survey, I'm not paying for it. We're the seller. We're saying, hey, you want a new survey, we're not paying for it.
I understand that, Sean, okay.
And we're controlling it because that's why.
Of course, I
the
do
money's coming
wonder
to
how
us.
much $13,000 is gonna buy.
McLean Associates
I mean, it
is
cost
giving,
us
it's
$500,000.
not, it's, well, the survey is a small part of this.
It costs about $5,000 to do the rec trail around the perimeter of the property, so that gives you an idea. And that's a full meets and bounds description around the perimeter of the property.
Okay, and finally, timeline again for this deal?
They are, listen, I would like to move it to a public hearing as expeditiously as possible. They hired Tony Tohill. I mean, on Friday, our attorney and their attorney were talking at the ribbon cutting that Illuminati had. So there's active conversations back and forth. Illuminati, Anthony Tohill is a very meticulous lawyer, if anybody knows him. Tony is probably combing over all the town documents, what we spent $500,000, the impact statement, the land use plans, all the zoning. They're combing through that stuff. So, I mean, listen, I wanted to move quickly.
Are we still on the 90-day clock?
No.
No, I think so.
No.
Laws are not.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
it was a good plan, but
Yeah,
we're, you know,
okay.
it
Okay.
is, we're not on it anymore. I
Okay,
can't.
thanks, Sean.
You're welcome.
Hi, I'm Laura Jen Smith from Laurel. I also would like to address the Community Development Agency Resolution Number 11. Luminati Aerospace and the town have entered into the letter of intent for the sale of the 2,300 acres at EPCAL. And to date, Luminati has not put down one time to secure this property. And from the reports I have seen, we still do not know if Luminati is a buyer or another entity is the true buyer for this property.
Well, Laura, just out of curiosity, they put $13,000 in the town coffers to do the survey.
No, they're paying for a job to be done.
They're-
They didn't put anything into the town.
They put $13,000 to do something that if we do the public hearing and it turns out that we don't find them qualified and eligible, they've just thrown away $13,000. So it's not true, they haven't put
But
any
I just
money down.
believe, Sean, you said whatever survey they're doing will not be applicable, because if we go back, we'll go back to our regular survey and our
Still are-
regular subdivision. So they're
still are-
not, they're doing something for their own benefit. They are not putting money, they're paying for a job to be done.
Laura, it's still our property and it's still our survey and it's still a useful
If
tool for the town.
that's the way you wanna look at it, Sean, that's
I,
fine.
listen, I kind of do some real estate on the side, and a survey of a piece of property that you own is always a good thing. So it's always going to be a tool to the town of Riverhead. So it's not true. They have put money down.
But what,
and-
is there any money that has been put down on this contract? We
Yeah,
have,
we
we have
don't have it.
signed a letter of intent with them. We are
Or
now
we
going
don't have
on
it,
3
or we don't
months
have
that
it.
they've held the property up. You just said when somebody goes into contract, they wanna
I'll let you
survey the
finish.
property. And usually when somebody goes into contract, they put some money down, they have some skin in the game for us to be spending this amount of time on it. And have they put any money down to have this deal move forward for us to take the property off the market?
Are you,
I'm done, I'm asking questions.
Laura, we haven't gone into contract.
No, I understand.
That's the difference. When we go into contract, there will be money involved. Right now, we're in the ping pong game of, here's what we want, this is what we're looking for. They're going over it. They're probably gonna make some changes or try to make some changes. It'll come back to us. And then at some point in time, we'll have to have a public hearing on that and also do the Q&E, the qualified and eligible on them.
I
The reason the
understand.
contract, and this question has come up a lot, and I'm getting away from this a little bit, I apologize. But the reason the contract is done the way it's done now, in order to do the Q&E, it's my understanding that to do the Q&E, you have to address everything in the contract. So without a contract, you really can't do the Q&E first, because there's monetary value in the contract of some of the stipulations that need to be looked at in the Q&E.
But that doesn't negate a town saying to a company, you are a company that wants to come do business in our town. You want to buy one of our largest assets for $40 million, and it's going to take about $100 million to develop it. So as a town, as town board members, and as a supervisor, it's your responsibility to say, okay, we are willing to work with you. We will take this property, we will take it off the market for a period of time to see if we can work out a deal. We need you to have some skin in the game because we're taking it off the market for other potential buyers. We did it with Suffolk Industrial. We kept the property off for almost a year, and then we had no money to show for it at the end. And now we're doing the same thing
Laura,
with
none of your
Illuminati.
comments are accurate.
No, I don't know.
First of all, Suffolk Industrial happened in September of 2016. It wasn't even anywhere near close to a year, and quite honestly.
I think you announced it in like a July.
No.
And it's a mystery person.
Quite frankly, Illuminati wouldn't have come to the table but for Suffolk Industrial stepping up and trying to buy the property. But
Well, it's a totally different ballgame because Suffolk Industrial was 600 acres.
Can you listen to
Illuminati
what you're
stepped up
saying?
for 2,300 acres for $5 million less.
Okay, can you stick to the resolution?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I was answering Tim's question.
I don't think Tim had a question. I think
Well, he
Tim.
made a statement. I was replying to a statement.
Do you have any other questions on this resolution?
Well, my question is, if it's is it a two-lot subdivision that they're looking to do, or is it more than two lots?
Is that directed to the resolution?
Yes.
I think I told you, it's a 7-lot subdivision. They're buying 2 lots. The remaining 5 lots are the town lots.
So when you have the original zoning that you have now, where you have
Can you
zone.
stick to the resolution?
I am. Zone 1, 2, 3, and 4, where you can develop housing, how will that play into the subdivision that they're requesting?
How does
Because
that-
if they're requesting a
How does that?
because
fit
it
in?
pertains to the housing.
How does the housing fit into the fact that they're giving us $13,000 to do a
They're not
survey?
giving us $13,000, they're paying $13,000 to have a survey done. They're not giving us any money, Sean. They've
Well-
given us a goose egg to hold this
Well-
property up for 3 months.
I'd be really honest with you. There's, I
They can
think
all learn
you
from another
probably
parent.
should.
I don't know why you're willing to do that.
I think you should.
There's nobody else does all of that.
I think that you really should, talk to some people that are knowledgeable about how real estate transactions work. Because the things
I
that
think
you're
you should
saying
too.
and requiring are so outside the bounds of how normal real estate transactions work.
Well, the reason I'm asking about the zoning and the subdivision, because our
Can we-
zoning
you're-
called
you're-
Zone
Laura,
1,
Laura,
Zone 3,
Laura.
Zone 4 of the map
Laura,
is
can you-
entitled for housing. So I'm
Laura,
wondering,
can
when you
you
re-subdivide
stick to
the
the
land,
13
how that will pertain to this subdivision
We'll
that
talk to you about 45 minutes when we're done with these resolutions.
Yes. Do
Right
you have
now-
any
But
other
this
comments on the
is
resolution?
directly related to the subdivision. You are putting on a new subdivision map. Your zoning calls for EPCAL to develop residential
Laura, we're
housing in
not
Zone
zoning
1,
anything.
3, and
We're
4.
zoning
Will they remain in the new subdivision map that's being
Laura.
requested by Illuminati? That's all I'm asking.
Laura, do you see a change of zone resolution
There's
here?
nothing there with zoning.
They are asking
Laura,
for,
do you see a change of zone resolution here?
they are
You
asking,
should be able to answer
okay,
those
they are
questions.
asking for survey work to redraft the subdivision map. That is what your resolution
Exactly.
says.
Do you see any change of zone here?
The survey will redraft the zone map, which will then
Sure,
reflect on the housing. That's all I'm asking,
There's-
will it or won't it?
There's no change in
The
zoning.
map, not the zoning.
No, the zoning for housing the zoning map calls for a subdivision, right? In the subdivision, you have
I
zones.
understand what you're saying.
Right, you have zones
So-
in your subdivision that allows housing.
So
When you
if there's-
redraw the subdivision map,
I-
your zones now
Okay.
change.
Laura,
That's what I'm asking. Yes
Can
or
you
no?
wrap it up, because you're way off topic, you're welcome to come back.
Well, Stuart, for you, someone who knows so much about real estate, if you don't understand this question, it makes me nervous.
I think that Ms. Smith is
The properties that we're taking out are the water district property, the town ballpark, the.
No, that I know, the
retail.
lots I know that you're taking out. I understand the lots you're taking out, that's not what I'm
Lots
addressing.
will encompass the 4 lots. So wherever the zoning is on those 4 lots, and they're identified.
They're
in the
zones,
zoning-
they're zones.
They're zones. So whatever property falls within those zones, that's what they'll be permitted to do.
But we're not addressing that.
That scares me, Sean.
And
Okay, thank
The
you.
reality is,
I
Laura,
absolutely love it. I wish they would make one lot
it's
out
in
of
the
it.
best interest of every resident of the town of Riverhead to get this to public hearing.
Okay,
to
let
vet
me
it.
finish, Sean, since you're still addressing me when I'm sitting down.
I-
So, I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said it's in everybody's best interest to get this to public hearing, and I think that there's a lot of people that are taking pot shots that they shouldn't.
I
Let's
guess
get it-
that's why the holdup? Why isn't it coming quickly? Originally, this was a cash deal, 90 days coming through. 2 weeks ago, you said this was a simple land deal, it shouldn't take much time.
The
Now you've
contract's not
added
a
weeks.
complicated.
So I don't, Sean, you're doing a lot of dancing around, but not really
I'm
answering
not
questions.
Laura, I'm not dancing at all.
You can get it
Laura,
quickly.
I'm not dancing.
You've got to research history here.
I'm not dancing, and I'm not being argumentative. It's
Okay, you did say that originally this was gonna be a cash deal, done very
All right,
quickly, it's in
Laura,
your press
This is
release.
nothing.
Okay.
Okay.
Nothing's gonna be rushed, I can
Thank
tell you that.
Thank you.
Let's move on.
Get over it. Nothing will be rushed on this deal.
Okay.
Catherine Kent, Beating Hollow.
Could you stick to the resolution, Ms. Kent?
Oh, I was going to ask about a different resolution.
Oh, good, what's that, great, what resolution?
And it's a quick question.
Good, what's the resolution number?
Resolution 493.
170493. Let's see. Yes, and this is getting amended just very slightly, but go ahead, what's the question?
Okay, well, I'm aware that it's a draft EIS.
Right.
But I just wanted to ask, when the EIS is complete, will there be a public hearing to discuss the results?
No. Jeff Murphy can go through the, Jeff Murphy in the back, you know Jeff? Raise your hand.
No, but I see
He
him.
can go through the details of how the secret process will work for this.
Okay, I think it would be nice to have a public hearing, but I'll speak to Jeff.
Thank you.
Laura Jen Smith again for Laurel, for Resolution 493. I just have a question. The draft environmental impact statement is being done by Voorhees, Nelson, and Pope. They were the ones that did the BOA study, and in their BOA study, they recommended not 5-story full build-out, not full lot coverage, and that apartments should have adequate parking. Now they're doing the draft environmental statement to say that it's okay for a 5-story build-out without adequate parking and full build-out. I don't know how you as a board then take what they're saying when they've given you 2 conflicting reports, and I hope you'll just pay attention to that. And also in the resolution, it says that
Laura,
this, also in this resolution, it says that they're being supported by the Industrial Development Agency, and they haven't gone to hearing even on that yet. So I don't know how that is in the resolution.
I just want the record to be straight. This zoning has been in place since 2004, and I'm proud of this project because you and I and just about, I don't think there's any millennials in this room, what this resolution on this project does is it provides housing for millennials. And I will stand with the millennials, even though I didn't understand it. I don't understand millennials. I have 1 at home. I have 3 at home. I will stand with what they need for housing, and we are going to work with them to get this project done. You know, you may not know this, but on Main Street, there's almost $80 million of investment with this project. There's not just on that short, what's that, maybe a mile and a half? In a mile and a half, there's $80 million of investment coming. There's not $80 million of investment on Route 58, outside of what Illuminati may or may not do if we get through qualified and eligible. This is what the future of Main Street's gonna look like. And this, to me, This is for my kids, this is for Laura that wrote that article in the News Review. This is for, I don't want my son to take up root permanently in the house. This is for Councilman Hubbard's kids. I mean, this really is a great project.
Sean, I know that I don't think anybody's against affordable housing, and I don't think anybody's against millennial housing. What I'm against is the way that you're doing it and the way that you're planning it. It needs to be downtown. You did a $575,000 study. Voorhees, Pope, and Nelson were the ones who gave you some direction on how to do it adequately so that downtown could then be able to house millennials and also thrive commercially.
And it's
You're going
going to
against
do
what the
just
study
that.
said, and then you have the same company that did the study is now telling you it's okay to put them
We're
up.
not-
Just some food for thought for you, that's it.
Thank you very much.
You're
And
welcome.
if you ever are successful being supervisor, I look forward to what your vision is for downtown, because I haven't heard anything except.
I think
what
I've been very clear. I think that the BOA study was a very good study. I think we put a lot of money in it. I think the plan they laid out for the town was a very good plan that we should have considered implementing 2 years ago. When I said that it was a good plan that we should have implemented, that you ignored. So I have a plan for downtown. It's just not the same one that you're following, that you're gonna put up 5 stories without parking. Sorry.
I just want to say that I did ask for a moratorium a few months back so that we could address the items in the study and address the parking and address the 5-story buildings on Main Street, but there wasn't any support for that, so I will just say that.
All right, does anybody else wish to be heard tonight? Let's take up the
I
resolutions.
make a motion that we close the town board meeting and open the community development, meeting. So moved.
Second. I'll second. Okay, you second. Moved and seconded. Vote, please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes. Okay,
The
how do I
CDA
get back?
meeting is now opened.
All right, CDA Resolution 11.
We're gonna call it.
Okay.
Diane, Mr. School.
Yes,
Get back to
Dunleavy.
it.
Do you have it?
Authorize the Community Development Agency to accept a check from Illuminati Aerospace LLC for reimbursement of expenses related to the survey and new and revised subdivision map of EPCAL. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Vote, please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted.
I make a motion that we close the CDA meeting and reopen the town board meeting. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Vote, please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
The town board meeting is now reopened.
All good.
Yep. Resolution 458.
Rivet Highway Department Equipment Budget Adjustment, so moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Vote, please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 459.
Purchase of used Elgin street sweeper for the town highway department. Budget adoption. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Vote, please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 460.
Bola Edwards Avenue Realty LLC lateral water main extension, water capital project budget adoption. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded. Vote, please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 461.
Authorize removal of fixed asset records from the system. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Vote, please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 462.
This appoints police officers to the police department, so moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Vote, please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Great people. Yes. Great
Wooten.
officers.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 463.
Appoints a building permits examiner. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Vote, please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 464.
Accepts the resignation of a public safety dispatcher. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded. Vote, please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 465.
Accepts the resignation of a part-time court officer. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Vote, please.
Hubbard.
Yeah, I just want to say Steve Cipher worked for the town for a number of years in that position, and I thank him for his service. So I vote yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 466.
It appoints a part-time school crossing guard. Must be part-time, we got 2 days of school. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 467.
Changes the status of part-time police officers. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 468.
Terminates the employment of a school crossing guard. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 469.
Authorize to publish advertisement for food and meat products for 2017 for the town of Riverhead. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 470.
Authorization to publish advertisement for janitorial supplies 2017 for the town of Riverhead. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 471.
Extends contract for police uniforms. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 472.
We'd like to table,
Yeah,
I'd like
let's
to put a
table it.
motion to table resolution 472.
And second.
Moved and seconded as the table.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution 472 is tabled. Resolution 473.
Yeah, yeah. Adopt a local law to amend chapter 289 entitled Vehicles, Traffic and Parking Regulations of Riverhead Town Code 289-10, Parking Prohibited, Baywood Drive. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 474.
Adopts a local law to amend chapter 289 entitled Vehicles, Traffic, and Parking Regulations of the Town Code 289-29 Penalties. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 475.
Approves Chapter 255 application of Native Events Incorporated, Country Blues Festival, Long Island. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 476.
Approves the application for fireworks permit of Riverhead Raceway for Saturday, July 1st, 2017. So moved.
And second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 477.
Authorize the supervisor to execute a license agreement with New York State Park and Force Wheel, Park for a Force Wheel boat, Yamaha 200 horsepower outboard, and Boatmaster trailer for the police department use. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yeah, I just want to thank the chief. This was really a good deal he worked out with the state to get this boat for us. And it's going to be well used, so I appreciate that, chief. Thank you. I vote yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Good job, right up my alley, no cost.
Exactly.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 478.
Authorizes execution of memorandum of understanding with Suffolk County Community College.
This was something new that the chief, I didn't really have a chance to talk to the chief
The
about
chief
this.
said he was aware and he worked with Bob on this.
Okay, so this is something new we have to do with the,
It's
It
under
is
state
new.
law, and what they have to do is they have to set a criteria for anytime there's a campus or community college campus on,
Because of
within a
campus sports
jurisdiction, correct.
Okay.
So it's
Oh.
something that the law requires.
I'll move the understanding. So moved.
Second.
moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 479.
Authorizes the town clerk to publish and post a public notice for a local law to consider amendments to Chapter 217 entitled Administration and Enforcement of the Uniform Code of the Town of Riverhead. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
This is for the parking fees, right? Or no, this is
This
plumbing.
is for the plumbing, electrical, and other fees waived for the
The
county,
sewer.
yeah,
For the county sewer, the new system.
Let's do it in public hearing though.
Right,
Okay, yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter,
yes.
resolution adopted. Resolution 480.
Authorizes town clerk to publish and post public notice to consider a local law to amend chapter 301 entitled Zoning and Land Development of the Riverhead Town Code. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes to
Dunleavy.
public.
Dunleavy,
Yes.
Walter,
Yes, I saved a turtle yesterday. And broke a plaque stopping short to save the turtle.
resolution adopted. Resolution 481.
Ratifies authorization for the town supervisor to execute a professional service agreement with Vincent Mathis. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter,
Yes.
resolution adopted. Resolution 482.
Authorizing settlement of a lawsuit. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter,
Yes.
resolution adopted. Resolution 483.
Reappoints member to the Town of Riverhead Veterans Advisory Committee.
Can I make a motion that we
Yes.
include all the resolutions for reappointment?
There's three of them, I
I
think.
think
Huh?
So,
483,
because three of them-
484,
Is it fine?
485.
Okay,
The
484.
only one that's different, I think, is 488.
486, 487.
Alright, so we're gonna move 483, reappoints member to the Riverhead Veterans Advisory
487.
Committee. 484, reappoints member to the Riverhead Veterans Advisory Committee. 485, reappoints member to the Riverhead Veterans Advisory Committee. 486, reappoints member to the Riverhead Veterans Advisory Committee. And 487, reappoints members to the Riverhead Veterans
And
Advisory
88.
Committee.
No, 88's different.
And 88.
88
It's
is
just appointing,
appoints-
is appointing a member.
Okay, so let's move those ones, and we'll do 488 separately.
Okay.
All right, can I get a motion to move for, so 484 to 487?
483.
43 to 487? Can I get a motion on that, to move those?
Motion.
Second,
I'll second.
moved and seconded, to move all those motions at once.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolutions 483 through 487 are adopted.
And 488, slightly different, John. Tim, you gonna move that one?
Yes. Appoints member to Town of Riverhead Veterans Advisory Committee. So moved.
John?
And second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter,
Yes.
resolution adopted. Resolution 489.
John?
I'm getting there.
You get that?
Move this.
What do you think of it?
Keep going.
Go to the road
There,
action.
there. Extends bid for quick lube maintenance for use in the Riverhead Water District. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter,
Yes.
resolution adopted. Resolution 490.
Extends the bid contract for well and pump testing for the Riverhead Water District. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter,
Yes.
resolution adopted. Resolution 491.
Authorizes the town supervisor to file state form TE9A. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter,
Yes.
resolution adopted.
What is Edwards Avenue, 45?
Edwards Avenue? Yes, it is, yeah. When we do that.
65 off that.
Resolution 492.
Authorizes the town supervisor to file a state form TE9-A. So moved.
And second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
This is on South Jamesport Avenue. Yes.
Wooten,
I went down to the area, yes.
Dunleavy.
I don't think we need it for South Jamesport Avenue, because it is a 30-mile-an-hour speed zone, and we can't lower it any lower than 30 miles an hour. I've had everybody check it today. We have the state letter that states that it's 30 miles an hour.
So why did the traffic safety?
I don't know
come up
why
with
this, We did not put this up.
Okay.
So I don't know why this is up there.
Tim, can you withdraw your
We
motion?
can send it, but it's not gonna.
There's no reason to do it. If it's done and it's posted.
South of Peconic Bay is 30, and then north of Peconic Bay is different. It's like that.
Chief, you gotta come up to the
Doesn't
podium.
hurt. Just keep it at that. He's saying north of the Channel is different.
Yeah, no, south of Peconic Bay is 30, and north of Peconic Bay is different.
Okay, so then
I'll show you the letter. Okay.
Then it was never changed, because there's conflicting signs out there.
Well,
Speed signs.
All right, so we'll pass the motion, we'll sign it, but we'll look to see whether we need it.
Yeah.
Maybe the highway department just didn't change the signs.
Yeah.
But John, I thought you told me there was a portion of the road that wasn't changed.
Okay, let's just push the resolution forward, and we don't need to sign it, we can withdraw it later.
Yep.
All right, well, there's a vote.
Yes.
You're gonna say yes? I say yes.
Okay, resolution adopted. Resolution 493.
493, declaration of adequacy and acceptance of voluntary draft environmental impact statement pursuant to SECRA for Riverview Loft site plan and special permit applications at the corner of 221 East Main Street and 31 McDermott Avenue, Summit County Tax Map number 600-129-1-21 and 22 21 and 22 Riverhead, New York. So
As
moved.
amended. There's an
As
amendment.
amended?
Yeah,
There's one
an
small
amendment.
change on the second page, last whereas, to, after public comment, to add including the Town of Riverhead website.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so as amended.
As
You moved
amended.
it, Jim?
I will second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes, as amended.
Giglio,
There's an appearance of a conflict, sometimes that can be worse than the conflict itself, so I will abstain from the vote.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 494.
Just think how much more money we'd have if we'd have to pay the bills.
Yeah, I know, we could let that float for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Motion to pay bills, so.
Second.
Moved and seconded to pay the bills.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted.
All right, we have a couple of resolutions that I'm not necessarily, what is this agreement, Bob, with Columbia School of Arts? Is this- what is it?
This is the one where you asked to go out and notify the
Oh,
neighbors.
okay, and the neighbors, so we did that?
We did that, and we have a small change. The agreement's actually gonna be made with the student, it'll still be covered by Columbia's insurance policy, but the actual agreement is gonna be between us and the student as the owner of the family.
And we didn't get any neighbors' complaints or anything?
No,
about it?
nobody has registered a complaint so far.
All right, so we're gonna move, that was
I make a
tabled.
motion that we take it.
Untable 454.
Untable resolution 454. So moved.
Second on the table.
Moved and seconded to untable, resolution 454, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution 454 is untabled.
So we're gonna amend 454 with this student language?
Correct.
All right, so I only have one of these, but we're adding the student's name in, so it's not Columbia. Is that okay? Is that okay with you guys? Sure. All right, so can we get a motion to adopt the resolution as amended with the student's name?
What's the student's name?
Isaac, I think.
It's Ben
Isaac Feinstein.
Right here, right here.
I'd like to move 454, which to authorize the supervisor to execute an agreement with Ben Isaac Feinstein with the Columbia School of Arts. So moved.
I'll second.
As amended.
As amended.
I don't
Moved
do
and
it.
seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Do you want that?
Giglio.
That copy?
I got it.
Feinstein, Feinstein.
Yes.
Okay. Wooten, Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted.
All right, Bill, can you tell us what this is? You're gonna have to come up to the podium. So we have another resolution. This would be what, 494?
495.
195, yes, this is for deferred comp to be spread through.
Deferred comp was here today explaining to the employees some of the changes in our deferred compensation options. One of the things they mentioned is we have a option for what's called a Roth 457, which is similar to a Roth IRA. We do not have the authority to allow them to invest in that. This resolution just allows them to invest in a deferred or a Roth 457. So one of the benefits to that is the limits are the same as your deferred compensation, so there's an $18,000 limit versus what your limit may be on the outside for a Roth IRA. And it doesn't matter what your income level is, that's still the level of your, that's still the level of what you can contribute for the year. So this is just giving the employees the option to invest in either deferred or a Roth 457 plan. Doesn't cost anything to the town.
But, okay.
Doesn't cost anything to the town.
I'd like to take a motion off the floor.
Yes, what number did you call this?
495.
495.
Resolution 495, so moved.
Second?
Moved and seconded as to take the 495 off the floor?
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution 495 is taken off the floor. We'll call 495.
Authorize the financial administrator to opt in to the New York State Deferred Compensation Plan Roth 457 program for otherwise eligible town employees. So moved.
Second?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted.
All right, thank you. Now we open the public comment portion open for any matter you'd like to discuss before the town board. I think Lisa wants to come up first from Polish Hall. She stood. We ask you to limit your comments to 5 minutes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. Lisa, if you want to state your full name and affiliation for the record, that'd be great.
Okay. Hello. Lisa A. Dabrowski, born and raised in Riverhead, and currently residing in Cutchogue, and I am the president of the Riverhead Polish Independent Club Ladies Auxiliary.
You're the vice president of something too, aren't you? Polish.
Many things.
A lot of things, yes.
What's the question? What's the?
Well, on behalf of the Riverhead Polish Independent Club, the Riverhead Polish Hall, Board of Directors, and myself, as president of the Riverhead Polish Independent Club Ladies Auxiliary, I am writing to request an amendment to the Polish Town Civic Association's permit application for the Polish Town Fair. The Riverhead Polish Independent Club Board of Directors and I ask that an amendment be included for the upcoming Polish Town Fair and all future Polish Town Fairs to close Pulaski Street from the intersection of Marcy Avenue eastward to the intersection of Griffin Avenue to vehicular traffic during the event for reasons that include, at utmost, the safety of fair attendees. Please note that in the past, Pulaski Street has been closed to vehicular traffic from Marcy Avenue to Griffin Avenue. That closure provided the aforementioned safe environment as well as created a pleasant atmosphere for which fairgoers could leisurely walk without the fear and stress of vehicles attempting to navigate through crowds of people, including many families with baby strollers and small children, as the pedestrians made their way to visit St. Isidore's Roman Catholic Church and the Polish Hall, both located at Marcy Avenue. I ask that the Riverhead Town Board please include this amendment to close Pulaski Street from Marcy Avenue east to Griffin Avenue to vehicular traffic for the Riverhead Polish Town Fair. Thank you in advance for your consideration regarding this matter. Sincerely, Lisa A. Dabrowski, President, Riverhead Polish Independent Club Ladies Auxiliary.
Yeah, right. Done. We agree. No.
Okay.
We agree.
The way it was for years. so
Jim, can you shut that?
the way it was.
And,
You can't just shut the top off. You have to. Yeah, you have to shut it off. Right.
And-
We're going to take care of that.
And while I'm up
The
here,
resolution's already been drafted. I saw it today.
okay, while I'm up here, having hit a deer the week before last,
Sorry.
I just was curious if we can extend the hunting season.
Well, we don't. That's the state of New York does that. Good try, Lisa. All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, hunting's quite far, yeah. That's all right, Sal, what's going on?
Couple of quick comments. My first question has to do with garbage pickup. Town code, how early can the garbage truck come down the street?
6 o'clock.
So not 5:30.
I'll make sure, I'll make sure that that's taken care of if they're coming down
I
at
gotta
5:30.
get mine out at 5 to 6, because I think the guy gets there.
Okay. The next comment is, they're still passing on Sound Avenue at the corner of Gregory Way. Okay? And I mean, they're really moving. When that light changes, okay, they're so impatient, they fly down Sound Avenue going east just as they pass the corner of Gregory Way.
Chief, sounds like it's time to start writing some tickets.
Okay?
Again. Well, not again, we do all the time, but
Um,
we'll, duly noted, Chief will.
My understanding is that town code says that you can't do retail out of a greenhouse, a temporary greenhouse.
I can't answer that question. What's the application?
Let it-
Where is it applying?
Well, Leanne's greenhouse, which is on Lewin's property, it's a retail operation. They don't grow anything there. They truck them in and they sell them. So that's a retail operation.
The big one that's been there since way,
I figured you were going to say it's grandfathered.
way before.
But there was a big article in the paper. She just bought the business. Okay.
What is she selling there, Sal?
Plants.
Yeah?
What is she selling?
Plants.
That aren't grown there?
No. Nothing's grown there. Everything gets trucked in. She has like 4 hoop houses.
So
and
she bought it from Lewin, I didn't.
She bought it from whoever the previous owner was. I don't think Lewin owned it. I think he rents the space. Okay.
All right,
and-
we'll look into it. Location, I'm confused.
And the last,
The whole thing between him and Gregory Way?
the last comment, there's an awful lot of cars running around this town with New York State plates with no front license plate.
Chief?
I mean, a lot of them. I notice them when I walk, okay?
All right, thank you.
I'm Robert A. Skinner, and I live at 14 Eileen Circle in Jamesport. And I just wanted to say, I don't know how these things get done, but whoever made the decision to put traffic control at Herrick's Lane and Sound Avenue this past week with all the parking that was done at Martha Clara for the Mattatuck Strawberry Festival, thank you. Those of us.
That guy right back there.
Okay, I didn't know if it was or.
Oh, we'll take the credit.
You know, but it was a pleasant surprise to pull up there. I don't remember it being there last year. I mean, I may have just, skitzed on it, but thank, my wife and I, the people in our neighborhood, those of us who live and access Sound Avenue from Herrick's Lane, thank you very much. That's it.
Thank you. Does anybody else wish to be heard tonight? Not seeing anybody?
I make a
Ziggy,
motion.
how you doing? Welcome to our show. We're usually at your show. Welcome to our show, Ziggy.
Thank you.
Ziggy,
I like your show better, Ziggy.
At least you get fed at your show. All right,
I make a
to adjourn?
motion, we adjourn the town board meeting.
Seconded, all in favor, aye, opposed, abstentions, motion carries. We stand adjourned. Sit adjourned.
That's what, that's just not so. Oh, you just.
Hey, Chief,